You've won lots of awards
Yeah.
for being a really great place to work. So most recently, you were named in the Sunday Times top best non-profits to work for. You've also been ranked number 1 in the Inclusive Employers list for 3 years in a row. Got that, yes. And in the top 20 of Stonewall's top 100 employers. You mentioned, you touched on there about the inclusive nature of what you do and the openness that you encourage within the organisation. One of the other things that I noticed from the citation, particularly from the Sunday Times piece, was about the values that you have. I think you said something like 97% of staff agreed that Touchstone is run on strong values and principles. How did you go about establishing what those values were? And how do you make sure they're lived and not just paid lip service to?
Well, I've been on a journey. So Touchstone has come along with me on that journey. So it all started with me because actually I was in conflict. So I've talked about my mental health, and for many years I wanted to be this wonderful, warm, open, inclusive person. But actually what I was doing and what I was saying were not the same things. And I had to go through a really difficult journey of self-discovery and exploration, which was incredibly painful. I went through coaching, but I was abused as a child, and I think I hadn't understood how that impacted on me as an adult and how controlling I'd become, because obviously I could control this bit of my life and I couldn't control that bit of my life. Through coaching and through goodwill from me, because I really wanted to be different, I learned the lesson that actually I had brilliant people around me. They were bright, they were clever. I had to let go, and I had to share power. And the more that I understood myself and gave myself permission to not be perfect, to be open about some of my deficits, some of my weaknesses, but also celebrate my strengths, I was able to bring on board all the other wonderful people who wanted to come and work for Touchstone, because we're all wounded healers, really. We're all of us very alive to the fact that to some people in society, we're not perfect, we're not good enough. But within Touchstone, we don't need to be perfect, and we're all good enough. So through that very painful, difficult journey, I came to a place where my values were in sync. I understood what made me tick, I understood what made me happy. And now I communicate those values really effectively to my staff, and the people who come and work with us, they want to work within that value setting. They're really aligned to those values. We IIP Platinum, and 99% of our staff, when they were surveyed, said that they shared our values, which apparently is amazing and completely unreal as far as IIP were concerned. And that is because we attract people like us who are not perfect, understand that they've got lots to give, but also understand that they've got lots of lessons to learn,